Hello Aquarius, this is your May forecast. This month we've got a lot of retrograde activity happening. Not only have we got Mercury retrograde, and it's the planet that rules transportation, it rules technology, it rules communications of all kinds, so it slows them down a little bit. But we've also got Mars retrograde, and Mars is retrograde until the end of June. So what this means, Aquarius, is that it's important not to initiate important new projects during this month. It's a good time for completing things. It's a good time for reassessing things, for re-evaluating a situation. But it's not the best time for getting into a new relationship, for starting a new project, and it's certainly not a good time for going into a court case of any kind, because chances are if you do, you would probably lose it during a Mars retrograde. But the converse is also true. If somebody were to come after you about something, they would most likely be the loser. So let's break this down into bite-sized pieces. On the 6th of the month, we've got a lovely new moon happening in this 4th house. So great deal of activity happening for you, Aquarius, as you can see, in this 4th house of home and family. So there could be some new beginnings connected with home and family. Maybe a family member you've not spoken to in a long time comes back into your life. You reconnect in some way. With Mercury retrograde there, you might be reflecting a little bit on your environment, your home, your surroundings. Maybe you'll move things around a little bit. Maybe you'll just change where your office is, where you're working. Maybe you're working at home, or you decide you won't want to work at home anymore, or the other way round. But certainly some new beginnings, some new opportunities connected with anything to do with your home. And with Venus there, it's a lovely time to just relax and to enjoy your home, to enjoy your space, to enjoy just being alone. This is a great time for being peaceful and being quiet. Because while Mars is retrograde, it's a wonderful time to really learn how to relax, how to give yourself space between tasks. And because Mars and Saturn are together, it's really encouraging you this month to look at how you use your day, your time. Are you breathing? Are you taking your time through things? Or are you hurriedly going from one thing to another trying to get lots of things done on your list? It's a great time for reassessing time. With Mars in this 11th house, along with Saturn, this is a good time for reassessing your goals, your plans, the things that you want in your life. Are they making you happy? Because if they're not making you happy, again with Mercury retrograde, it's time to reevaluate them and to make some changes. You may also find that this is not a good month for working in teams or groups. You may find, because of the Mars retro in the 11th, that you're better off just working on your own. And on the 21st of May, we've got the Sun coming into your 5th house. And also on the same date, we've got a full moon in the 11th house. So then we move towards the end of the month, a balance between the 5th house of creativity and the 11th house of sharing that creativity with the world. So here with the Sun in the 5th, this is a great time for doing anything for your own business if you have one. If you haven't got one yet, this will be a great time for thinking about what it is you'd like to do. And on the 25th, we've got Venus coming into this 5th house, joining the Sun. Oh, this is such a glorious aspect for anything involving you finding the child within you. No matter how old we are, there is always a little child inside that wants to play, that wants to have fun. Yes, I've got an 85-year-old cousin, you know, and he has often a mad half hour where he just goes a little bit crazy, having fun and laughing and joking and doing all kinds of childlike things. And I have to say, he doesn't look as though he's in his mid-80s because he's developed that child within. So for you, wonderful time to really concentrate on developing more of that child, that playful side of you. Aquarians, you are one-offs in the zodiac. You are the ones who are particularly, shall we say, a little eccentric, but it's inspiring for others to see that eccentricity that you have, that uniqueness, and that's what's being pulled out of you for this last week in the month. For those of you looking for romance, it's a great time to romance yourself with the Sun and Venus there in the 5th. Do something nice, make yourself a nice meal and really savour it, enjoy the colours, the flavours. And equally, you may get into a romance with someone else, but I am going to caution you that with Mars retrograde, that you really just don't go gung-ho too much until you see how things are in July when Mars retrograde is behind us. So there you have it, my lovely Aquarians. You could in fact inherit some money. There's a possibility of somebody else giving you some money, a donation, a gift of some kind of appreciation for you, for who you are. So I wish you a wonderful month. Thank you very much for commenting, sharing and subscribing. Bye for now.